everybody. It's your director, Kathy Meindl. I want to say I feel so incredibly blessed to be the leader of our organization. If you look at us, we are pretty amazing. Whether you are single, married, dating, whether you have children or you don't, whether you work outside the home part-time or full-time, or you are a stay-at-home mom, whether you are involved in your community or church, have a huge social life, or like to hunker down at home, all of you are amazing in your own special way. Maybe you sell Pampered Chef for extra money. Maybe you do it for adult time. Maybe you do it for the free product or the recognition. You do it for your own reasons. Look around and see how amazing we are in our differences. Really, we are quite incredible. You know what we have in common though? We all sell Pampered Chef. Beyond that, we have all made a difference in the lives of our customers. Think about that guest you've met who is so excited about her mix and chop because it makes it easier to put a meal on the table. Think about that busy family who sits around the dinner table and has a conversation with one another because you've made it easier for them to do that rather than go through a drive-thru. And what about that host who needed a social night with his or her friends and you helped them get all together to laugh and have fun, and even better, you filled that kitchen with amazing tools at a steep discount. Really, just think about all you do because you are a Pampered Chef consultant. If you've shared our opportunity with another, think about the blessings you've given to them because you shared what we do. Let's talk a bit more about that blessing of sharing what we do. When you think about what I just said, how we touch customers, families, hosts, and friends, and others' lives when we offer our opportunity, can you see why I'm so passionate about asking you to share with others? In fact, the entire director team has the same passion, and we want you to share with others so more people can experience all the benefits we just talked about. Consider this: the more we share, the more people we help, and the more folks we have around our monthly table to share ideas and help us succeed. Let me share with you a little bit about what your journey looks like when you share. I'm going to use the analogy of home ownership because I think it's an easy concept to understand. Right now, if you are on my team, you essentially live in my house. If Rachel is your director, you live in her house. If Esmeralda is your director, you live in her house. All of the directors in our neighborhood will encourage you to invite more friends to come play with you and live in your house because we know we have a great house and neighborhood. It's where all the cool kids want to be. When you have one person come on your team, they will move into our house. And in a month, when both of you submit sales of over $150, you are now a senior consultant. You will make 1% more on your sales and 1% on your team member sales. That's cool, you just got a raise. Let's face it, you as the person sharing, you will be selling more than $150 because you want more than $30 a month in income, right? We will suggest that you both continue to invite more friends over to play. When you have 2 people on your team, and each month you sell at least $2,500 as a team, and you personally sell at least $750, then you are paid as a team leader. You will make 2% more on your sales and 2% more on your personal recruit sales. Again, I know you won't be selling that minimum of $750. You have the word leader now in your title, and leaders lead. You will most likely have the goal of $2,500 a month in personal sales so that you can set yourself up for the next level of leadership. You are still living in my house because there are only a few of you and you have not yet qualified to own your own home. Now that you've gained momentum and you and your team are inviting folks to come on over and play with the cool kids, I'm going to suggest that you start thinking about moving out and getting your own house because your room is getting crowded. You will need to qualify to do this. When you think of home ownership, you think of mortgage and qualifying for a mortgage, right? There are 3 things you need to do to qualify for home ownership. Number 1, you need to have 5 people on your team, a handful plus you. Not all of your new consultants need to be personally sponsored by you, but because you will be regularly asking, most will be your personal recruits. The team members that your new consultants have asked to join Pampered Chef count toward the 5 team members you need for this portion of qualification. Number 2, you need to do $5,000 in sales as a team. This $5,000 can be generated by you and the 5 people on your team. Remember when I said that you'd be working to build your sales to at least $2,500 a month? This is why it's so important. In order to qualify for this home, you need to make sure that you have payment for it. That payment of $5,000 is important, so you will want to be sure that it's a done deal by making a big contribution through your own personal sales. Number 3, you need to qualify to own your own home by having 5 of your team members active with $150 in minimum sales in the month you are qualifying. So to summarize, let's say you have 5 people on your team in November. All 5 have to submit at least $150 in sales to have 5 active consultants. As a team, you collectively have to sell $5,000, and you personally need to sell a minimum of $750. I know there are a lot of numbers here. What you need to remember is a handful needs to be active, and you need $5,000 as a team, and that you want to have your personal sales at well above the minimum of $750 needed. Once you meet these requirements, Pampered Chef says to you, congratulations, you now own your own home. You will move out of my house and into your own house on First Street. On this board, you will see all the directors we currently have a home on First Street. There are 2 of them. I'll come back to say more about that in a minute. In the real world, you need to continue to pay your mortgage in order to keep your house. In the Pampered Chef world, you need to continue to pay the mortgage to keep your title. The mortgage is $5,000 each month. Of that $5,000, you are responsible for $750. But I'd love for you to forget that I said that. I really want you to focus on paying at least half that mortgage yourself. At the point you own your own home, you've been given the title of director, and you are truly in the structure of leadership with Pampered Chef. You will want to be a leader in good standing. Now, the other thing is that it's smartest for you and your team to continue to invite other people to come to your house. The more people you have at the house, the easier the mortgage is. So you might be asking, what if we don't hit the $5,000 and pay the mortgage? Just like in real life, you have a bit of a grace period. However, if you don't pay your mortgage for 3 months in a row, you are no longer a homeowner and you have to move back into my house with all your team members. I can tell you right now, neither of us want that to happen. As long as you continue to do your parties, I recommend 2 parties a week no matter what, and you keep inviting others, you will never have to move back with me. On the board here, you will see that we have 3 houses on First Street and 2 houses on Second Street. Our goal is to have all of those houses filled so that we can promote to a senior director team. And actually, we only need 1 house in Second Street to be filled to promote to senior director. When we have 6 houses in First Street and 2 on Second Street, we can promote to an executive team. What does that mean for us? Well, there are about 1,500 director teams right now, about 450 advanced director teams, 100 senior director teams, and 60 executive teams. We will be part of an elite number of teams with this leadership title. Yes, I might have the title, but the real honor in that is that I am proudly able to represent each of you, and you are proudly able to say that you are part of an executive team at Pampered Chef. As a team, we will have perks. I will learn about new products, promotions, and programs before others do, and will pass along information that is approved for me to share. We have access to what I call the Bat Phone, which is a concierge line exclusively for executive teams. By calling the concierge line, I can get answers for your questions faster than I can through regular channels. We will get samples of the sales incentives a month early, so we can all see them before we earn them. How fun is that? In addition, we will become part of a very elite group who love to share great ideas and training that I can take back to each of you. There are many benefits for us as an organization to promote to an executive team. In order to do that, we need 4 more first-generation directors and 2 more second-generation directors. Here's what I know. As excited as you all might be about the team moving forward and doing this, you might say, directorship and home ownership is not for me. I get that, and I understand that. You don't have to say yes to home ownership if it's not for you. However, even if home ownership, directorship, is not for you, I would ask you to share the business opportunity with others because you know it can and will make a difference in their life just as it does in yours. More importantly, Those of us who want home ownership need you to cheer for us. We need you to let us know you support us on our journey. For a moment, I want you to think about geese. If you've ever seen geese fly in formation, you know that they are all going in the same direction. There's one leader out in front, and the leader is being cheered on or honked at by the geese behind. When that leader gets tired, another flies to the front to support the group in bringing them forward. Flying in that formation creates a draft to make it easier for every other goose to fly. Just like your cheering and excitement makes it easier for all of us as a team to move forward and make a difference. When a goose is sick, 2 geese will fly down to be with it until it's ready to move on. If you notice a team member who is struggling, please reach out to that person and give the support the geese do. Encourage them to come back and fly with us. So please honk on our Facebook page and support one another as we journey forward. Well, I've shared a lot of information with you. I've shared what it takes to move up as a leader in Pampered Chef's career plan. I've told you the qualifications, and I've asked you to cheer us all on no matter what your personal goals are. Now I'm going to ask you, who's in? If you know you want to own a home, but you don't even know how to get there, tell me you're in. You don't have to know how, you just have to want it. We are an amazing team, and I thank you for being a part of it. Let's go do this.